Hello and welcome to the first episode in a new series that I have been looking forward to making for a really long time. I remember playing Banner Saga 1 and 2 a couple years ago and really enjoying the whole experience. I think it reminded me a lot of Fire Emblem, but it was a little bit less linear. I mean, it does have a pretty linear path. You go pretty much the same locations, but you have some pretty cool choices when it comes to characters you want to interact with, characters you want to save and align with, and that leads to it being a very unique and I think replayable experience. I think that, without further ado, it's time to start up a new game on the hardest combat difficulty. I am streaming this over on twitch.tv/Winslayer and recording it for YouTube, so if you want to watch this either on YouTube or Twitch, both sound fine to me. I'm going to try really hard to read through this stuff because I don't know if most of this actually has voiceover. The gods are dead. In their wake, man and giant survived through a tenuous alliance driving black destroyers called Dredge deep into the northern wastes. Now, in an era of growth and trade, life goes on. Only one, something the sun. I wasn't reading fast enough. I got a viewer, or two, or three actually it looks like now, over on the Twitch. It's good to see you, buddy. So glad you could join me for Banner Saga. Did somebody read through this? It's just been several long months on the road.
Að sjá dreggjan á ferli neðanbor. It has been several long months on the road. The first signs of snowfall accost us on our approach to Strand, largest of the trade cities on the Val human borders, and our last collection before returning to the capital. Several days ago, the sun simply came to a stop in the sky. Though during these long winter days, none of us can be certain how long it has been this way. Some of the men in the caravan have taken it as a dire omen. I am not quick to superstition, but I myself will be glad to be done with this year's rounds.
You can see that on your phone.
We have been warned by stranded travelers about brigands on the path through Ridgehorn, our road home. Our captain seems unconcerned. Perhaps he is as eager as I to be done here. We will rest here this day and inquire further when we speak to the governor.
It might be peeking out a bit. Is that better? Twitch. I don't think I changed the title of the video. Let's go see. On this. There, let's pause that and looks like it's loading up. What do I do? Streaming a single player game today. Let's make it not game category Stellaris, but rather Banner. Saga trilogy. Let's do Banner Saga. You gotta update that info real quick like. And now I can go back to this tutorial mode. I just did this the other day for factions. I think it's the exact same battle. You're just time chieftain and Red and his men are now looking for a tougher fight than they bargained for. Dragging on the screen to see your strengths. Check to continue. Portraits show the initiative, taking turns from left to right. Your allies are blue, the enemy is red. It is your time to act. Before I continue any further, hard. All day, every day. You gotta play on hardest setting. And let's see. What is next? Reduce game volume a little bit more. You want it more reduced than it currently is? Because I feel like it was really loud for the cutscene. I'll reduce it to that point for you, Sai. If that's good, let me know. If you want me to tweak it anymore, I can do that. Shield banger. Alright, there's two types of brawl, aren't there, that I remember. Shield dudes and then the two-handed ones. Take up 4 tiles, which makes them hard to actually maneuver. These guys are a lot easier to get into defendable positions. And, yes, he's already injured for some odd reason. Let's kick his butt with this. They do less damage the less health they have, I think that's what it's saying. And the armor blocks damage, so sometimes it's worth just like doing that stuff. Alright, so he's down. That's good. I don't think brawls have any issues getting kills, but they take injuries, so you gotta be worried about that. This uses willpower, a special resource over here, and his special ability, the Warhawk. That's a special ability right here. I think it goes right to left or counterclockwise, so you want to attack this target first. Take that. Just gonna rest there. Let's finish him. Yeah, you can use the willpower to do extra damage, and in case you haven't seen this before, it's a pretty good tutorial for the game. I'm just gonna take like 2 seconds to go over to my timer, because as always, if you're a fan of my stuff, you know I always forget to set a timer. I think these are gonna be hour-long episodes.
Like a rabid wolf, that one. How did it come to this? We fool ourselves believing that peace will last. My grandfather built all this from a poor fishing village, you know. He watched the gods die, watched the chaos that followed, watched man and var slaughter each other, even before the dreads arose. All we've done is traded one struggle for another. Now that there are no more dreads to war against, we war against ourselves. This chieftain meant to kill me, and he's not the first. A dozen families in the city would gladly take my chair. This one had men waylaying merchants, both north and south of the city, strangling trade. Quite well, I would add, though he denied it to his last. This sort of wolf doesn't stop biting because the head is cut off. It just grows a new head.
Yes, tiny man.
I am in a bad way, my friend. Help me finish this fight, and I'll gladly send you on your way with double our king's tithe. Take any men you need. They're loyal, I promise you that. They will meet you down in the proving grounds.
Sounds like a good deal. I think this is based on like Ragnarok and Norse mythology. It's pretty cool, right? You're approached by a familiar man who walks in step with you as you're leaving the Great Hall. He cuts to the chase. Eric? I think that's how you say that. Steward of Strand. I manage the governor's business. Ubin, isn't it? And then you get to choose how you want to respond. Do I want to be kind? Or do I want to just go like to the point, ask them what's going on? I think I'll just be, you know, nice and stoic, right? That's the name of the developer. Stoic. The governor tells me you'll be giving us a hand. Seems a bit chaotic. I didn't exactly agree. I kind of just walked into town and just like beat some dudes up. Let's ask him a bit. What's going on? It's been worse. We've got a lot of irons in the fire. What does he want exactly? Scaffoldings? I'm not going to pronounce that. That you didn't hack up in the Great Hall scattered after you took out their chieftain. The governor wants you to make sure they stay down. Was hoping you'd join me at the marketplace by the docks. If there's anyone left to worry about, I know who can tell us. I got great morale, lots of morale. Actually only 32, that's not lots. Click the marketplace to visit the merchant. Merchants are good. I like merchants. Yeah, it's got some good decisions in here. Let me handle this. Like, you have to choose between supplies and items a lot of the time, and there's a lot of good risks involved in the combat. Like, I really like how you can press the advantage to try and get some loot, or you can just kind of back off and play it safe. You meander through rows of open-face houses and eroded stalls. Colored canvases flap on a briny current. One man in particular blanches as you approach. Had, I'm not in the mood today. For what? Talking to an idiot. The skulking chieftain bled out an hour ago, Had. So when you tell me what rat saints the rest of them crawled back into, nobody's going to try and kill you this time. They don't talk to me. I think if I get involved, I can get some stuff. I forget how you're supposed to play this. Let's ask him if he wants some help. I had a change of heart. I'd hope you'd give us a hard time. Had sweats visibly, fumbling with some dirty trinkets on his table. Wait, just buy one of these. If anyone thinks I'm getting worked over every week, how am I supposed to know much? Just a little food money, mate? Yeah? I think I'm going to intimidate him and get some stuff out of it. I think you can get some free stuff out of this if you intimidate. You motion gun off your enormous bodyguard who looms over the man like a snake over a mouse. God's Eric, laying it on a bit heavy, don't you think? Where are the... I have no idea how to say this. How would you say that? Skulfings? Yeah, that sounds about right. Skulfings. Nobleman up by East Wall. But that was months ago. Last I know. Had skulks away with a wave of Eric's hand, gathering things from his hovel, disappearing for a while until this blows over. You figure your bodyguard steps forward. Are we done here? Gun off. Were you wearing green back at the Great Hall? Yeah, he changes clothes every once in a while. It's kind of weird. No, I just bought them while you were walking around. Why? You look like a frog. I'm gonna say he looks like a frog. Better than an eggplant. What? He's saying I look like an eggplant. That's not very nice. Gunnuf goes off to look more at stalls. Look at more stalls. Eric, that man of yours seems unreliable at best. A blind dog wouldn't trust Had, but he used to be a Skulfing. If they're licking their wounds, they're probably gone to old haunts, not new ones. Nobleman is a meat hall? Oh, that makes sense. Best I can tell, the name's ironic. Listen, I know a guy who would love to put a few of these skulls in the ground. I'm gonna find him. I'll meet you there. Is that Triv something or other? I forget his name. Listen, I know a guy who... Yeah, okay. I just read that. Should we have an approach of some sort? Oh, luxury, come on. You've mopped up worse today. Alright, whatever. Let's go beat up some of those skulls. think, how do I get the, is it tab? Showing the mead hall there. Alright, usually it says like marketplace and things on the screen that you can click. So I guess we just don't have that stuff unlocked yet. You arrive in front of what must be noblemen. A few minutes later, Eric appears with a weather-beaten man introduced as Valgard. I'll point them out, Eric says over his shoulder. Ready? You're walking through the front door. They ran to the meat house, says Valgard. I'll be surprised if they can stand up straight right now. Okay, here we go. Valgard boots the front door open so hard it won't close again without repair. As you enter the hall, Eric is ready at the head of the table, his axe drawn, wide-eyed. Drunken Scalfings scramble to find their own weapons, turning tables and mean steins in the process. So much reading. What is a Vral? I think it's based on like Norse mythology. They're basically giants. I don't think they're female Vral. They got horns. They're like at least twice the size of a human. Maybe 4 times. If you look at it, they take up 4 tiles, so they're pretty big. Can I move these guys around or something? Ooh, I can. Who do I want to take out first? Is he ranger or something? I think he might be. Let's see what happens if I do that. Whoops. Let's see, this guy moves, and then you get to move. Yeah, this is probably not going to go great for me, but it's going to remind me how combat works. Alright, so it looks like I get to move you first. And Stonewall, what does that do? Blocks damage to strengthen armor for 1 round. So I can have him use that at like any point. Like, how does that work again? Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. Oh well, that's not good. You can just like run through dudes. That's kind of cool, I guess. No, don't use willpower, just go there. Rally, what's rally do? Give 2 willpower at, alright. We'll wait on that, I think. There's a lot of these dudes. This guy's gonna move soon. Because I have less of them, I can kind of move up and think about attacking here. It's not too far. I want to go to here, I think. Let's try that out. Oh, he's got no ability, it looks like, because I haven't leveled him up before. Ooh. What's this? He can get in there? No, he can't get in there. He's got no willpower. Probably move him forward, though. If I wanted to. Let's move him to, like, there. Alright, so I can get this guy in position and start doing some damage if I felt like it. Let's get forward. Let's do this. So I can either take out some of his stuff or I can wear him down, which I always like doing. So I can move forward. This guy can cheer people, so I think I'm gonna have him cheer a little bit from like here, maybe. Just use 2 willpower, so I'll give that guy 2 more willpower. Why do I not form formation? This game has a really weird set of rules for movement, so and like being outnumbered. Like I could kill this guy, but if I keep him in the battle at 1 health, he doesn't do a lot for like the rest of the game. They got a little formation there, it looks like. Let's bring this guy over here and start wearing down this dude. I could kill him. Just like kill this dude. Alright, let's just take this one out. He's dead. Yeah, they're going for formations, but that's fine. This guy's pretty much useless there. Now, what do I want to do? Who's going to move next? This guy? This guy? I got some guys around here that are going to be moving, so maybe I'll move him back a little bit. So he'll attack the big dude. He can't. He can. But he can't do much. Let's try this. I want to see what if this works. Press 2. Let's wear down his ability to actually do any damage. And he's doing armor damage there. I forget how much attack this guy does. Looks like he's got 8 attack. And yeah, the other guys have more attack, so I could probably run him in and attack behind this guy. Let's get him in there. Let's have this guy do some damage. Question is, should I do armor? I think I'll do armor. Just make him easier to hit. Oh yeah, that special ability, I remember that. Beating up on Valgard. I don't think Valgard stays after this fight, so he can take a little bit of damage. Let's move this guy here. And do a Tempest. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna actually have him just kinda if I wanted to, I can really weaken one of these guys. Who's next? This guy? Followed by that guy. You know, it's Stonewall, just do it. I'll be fine. Resisted. I think I'll move him there and have him hit this guy to get him down to 1 strength. 1 strength is like really easy to manage. Eek. Beating up on this dude here. Alright, I don't want him to go down. So this guy's moving. And that guy's moving. What's your... you don't have an ability apparently. So either I attack that guy or I attack that guy. Okay, cool. Guess I'll kill him. Ah. And I think this guy's about to go down, unfortunately. I didn't play that very well. Do you have your special ability again? Oh, but you got like no attack, don't you? That That's not good. So, should I armor break or what? Go for health? I'll win the battle. I'll just have like somebody who's hurt a little bit, which is fine. I don't think he's dead. I don't think permadeath is like a thing in this game. He's just gonna be injured. This guy's definitely hurting a bit, but he can take out all of those dudes pretty easily. They got like no real attack, so I think what I'll do here is I'm just going to stonewall for a turn. And this guy's gonna come in here. Probably not the best move, but oh, work. I don't know if you can see the strategy here, but your units get a lot weaker if you don't take out their units quick enough. So this guy is going next. If they're weak, I want them to move, so don't kill that one, it looks like. This guy I can kill. Same with this one. Let's go after you. Even like tells me which one it is. So he's got 7 or 6 attack. This guy's got 7 armor. This guy will be able to kill him pretty quickly, I think. Ah, flail. Curse you, flail. What if I lose the first battle? That would be pretty bad. Most of these guys only have like 1 attack, so let's go after this one. He's got a little bit more. He's a little bit closer to dead. Ouch. He just moved, so I want to kill him. Oof, he just did 6 damage. Combat is ridiculous. I think we'll win this, but it's just gonna be close. Kill the one that has 2 health. Got him. Alright, let's go for the last one in rotation here. Get him. probably a decent way to play that. I think I like these units better than the one that died earlier. And he didn't really die, he just fell in combat. Get the ones I like some XP. Yay! Eric is promoted. He's injured, which isn't that bad. I think if they get injured a bunch, there's a chance of death or something. I forget how that works. But I definitely could have played that a lot better. It's been super long since I played this game. There they are. Gods be damned. I've got to go wash off this blood. Eric is looking out the hall's windows onto the bay. A fleet of longships approach with sails of bold red and blues. One banner I know well, Wagner. Next for Vrall kingship. Last we spoke. The other flag looks important. I think I know who that is. Yeah, important guess. See what I deal with all day long. Things make a little more sense. You'd hope I'd have a stake in saying everything's fine here when the royal guests arrived. Not me, the governor. Now I have to make sure there are no rotting bodies or pools of entrails still in the great halls before they come by. Come, I ask one more favor. What is it? If you happen to stall our guests down on the dock, I wouldn't object. I might. Eric and Valgard hustle from the mead house. To his credit, Eric tosses the barkeep a spar of silver for the mess. You give an apologetic shrug and go to greet the new arrivals down at the docks. So I got 100 days of supplies, huh? 17 renown. Looks good to me. I guess I gotta go down to the docks. Got no other option here. What's up, docks? Wagner. I think Wagner's cool if I remember correctly. Seems like the game audio's spiking a bit. Let me know if it's a bit much. You can let me know down in chat. A familiar Varl steps onto the docks. In your mind you can recall a much younger version tramping the halls of Grofheim and abundant in purpose. Gods, Ubin, you look ancient. Young Vrall. Comes with being old, and if there is Wagner here, there must be Hakon. I remember Hakon. Must there? Still bleeding tributes from the poor and stupid old yaks? At what age do you lose a sense of shame? Yonder demands it. I take you that over lingering to death in Gromheim. Okay, I'll take that to over lingering to death in Grofheim. Speaking of, I had no sense that you were so far from home. Just returned from Arberang, in fact, and glad for it. Hakon motions to the other ships in the bay. Sails still fluttering. Golden Wolfhead and Blazon. Okay, on red. The king of men, or someone on his behalf. Yeah, I think this is the human leader. The king's whelp. The king's son, Ludin. Don't you know? Scrivener. We visit his capital, he visits ours. It's how we make alliances these days. It's a miserable waste of time. Yes, Hakon has it. I'd almost forgotten. It's a good thing you're around, Hakon. And you're going to Grofheim? I have a distinct feeling I've finished my business in Strand and was heading there myself. We should caravan. Yay, caravan. We should give it a day. In better circumstances, I drink a week away, but let's be done. Find me tomorrow at the gates. How they know when tomorrow is? The sun's not moving. What he's trying to say is the prince is a delight to behold. Where is Moger? Hakon? Have him find a place to put up the wires. I'm heading to heading up to meet the governor. A host of giants depart in his wake. You recognize a few, others are strangers to you. Guess I'm off to Moger. See you in the morning, Scrivener. I'll be along. The young prince of men ambles from his ships, brushes off his tunic, scanning the beach with low eyelids. Ludin looks for all the world the sort of boy who grew up pulling the legs of spiders. The long road back to Grofheim should be more interesting than most years, you think. Cool. I'm sure me and my Vrall will be very happy. Weariness suddenly settles in, and you chuckle to yourself about what an odd day it has been. One of the governor's men at the Great Hall could find you a place to sleep. On the other hand, if you're going to join Wagner's caravan tomorrow, it might not hurt to share a drink with Hakon, or introduce yourself to the prince they spoke highly of. Well, we got to go hang out with the prince. I like the prince. Is this the right place? You find the prince at an inn. Guards blanket the building, including a sharp-eyed Vrald who must be working for Ludin. A woman in red eventually waves you over and stands nearby, arms crossed. Greetings, Prince Ludin. Yes, you're with Wagner. I don't remember you. Not exactly. I've known Wagner a long time. I'll be joining you back at Grofheim with my guards. Ludin looks up for the first time. The woman doesn't react. Why? I work for the king, carrying tithes to the capital. We crossed by chance. Oh, a tax collector. Fine company. What do you want? Ah, habit of recording history. A Vrall historian. Aha. Don't you already know? Your king and mine both have been practically trumpeting it through the cities. I've been on the road a while, I'm afraid. Ludin takes a deep sigh. Whether tired or ungracious, you aren't certain. Maybe both. A formality, mostly. Wagner came to the capital in Arberang, and now we go to the Vrall's capital in Grofheim to cement this grand alliance for the next age of men and Vrall. You sound unconvinced. There's no need for it, and it's damn cold up here. You get a sense he's struggling not to complain outright. You take the opportunity to excuse yourself. Well, yeah, he's not built for the cold like you giant people. Who can blame him? Who can blame him? I bet Hakon's just like, yeah, it's a drinking party. Talk about fighting. Scrivener. You find Hakon in a mead house surrounded by other Vrall. Stranded is no stranger to Vrall, but rarely sees this many. Hakon waves you over. Went straight for a flagon. Ragnar's the one who agreed to pass up a drink. I wasn't invited to the governor's house anyways. You've already missed the massacre. Every year I make the rounds collecting taxes. Every year it's the human settlements that give me trouble. Silly humans. No surprises. No surprise. What's this time? When I got here in the Great Hall was already full of buddies. We added a few more. Ha, humans. I guess if I'd only lived as long as you, Yoxfart, I might be desperate to make something of myself too. I guess if I only lived as long as a Yoxfart, I'd be desperate to make something of myself too. Yeah, that makes sense. It's not too late to start trying, Hakon. Hakon lets slip a low chuckle. Any Vrall could recount his deed, known as he is for cutting a swath through the dredge at Wagner's side in the Second War, and regularly since then. Down here, I'm a glorified bodyguard. You might have a point. Just another reason to get back to Grofheim. Soon enough, I imagine. You drink until the mead house becomes overbearing, then step back into the cool, brisk air. Outside. Oh, hey. Strand. Oh, did I say it wrong? Yeah, Strand. I know Strand. I've been here before. Sometimes when I read, like, the letters just kind of like move around on me. But how's it going, David Busel Achio? Wow, that's a name. At dawn, you're awoken by a delivery of goods. At least you think it's dawn. Damn hard to tell with a sun that never moves. The governor's crest adorns the supply leathers. All there, just as promised. To your mild surprise, you wonder if Eric had anything to do with that. Ooh, 20 renown. Yay. Your guards take the treasure wagon down the gate. Wagner is already there. A while later, Ludin and his men appear, groggy and disheveled. I guess we're ready. Mauger steps forward. I remember him. Wagner's quartermaster, if you recall correctly, in charge of your unwieldy entourage of warriors. You know him only in passing. He asks if you're ready to depart. We are. You follow Wagner and join the others. Usually the small doors set into the gates would be enough to enter or leave, but the town guards have been told to push them open entirely. They mutter things under their breath that are best not heard. Perhaps the governor expected you to draw a crowd, but there's nothing of the sort. Just frustrated, tired people. It surmises Strand as well as a whole, you think? Yeah. Sounds good. So we're out of here then? On to the overworld, which is awesome. I love it. It's gorgeous. Goodbye. Can I zoom in? I can. I can zoom in. I can zoom out. What do you like better, guys? Out here, the giant landscape with the stuff in the background. Ah, supplies. Morale. Oh. That's right. You can like rest if you don't want to. Don't want to go through too much supplies. I forget how you do that exactly. It's probably that button there. Ooh. Caravan stops for a day. A gift, says Wagner, cracking open these from our gracious friends, the governor of Strand. Hours pass with laughter as the mead is passed throughout the camp. Drink a little. I am a Viking. I think I should drink a little, not a lot. Toast to Wagner? Ah, yes. Toast to Wagner. Here's your drink, toasting the alliance between a man and Vrall. The others join in. Ludin's expression is like a stone wall, but the others laugh at your exaggerations. Eventually you sit down beside Wagner. Chat with Wagner. Thanks for the speech. Yeah, no worry, buddy. You're my homeboy. Looks like you didn't have to miss out after all. Thanks to Moger, I thought that the damn governor would never shut up. Did he give you the history of his entire family? He tried. Then he asked me to clean up his mess for your benefit, turns out. I'd have given the job to you too. Gods, there's no joy in politics. Speaking of, what happens after this business with Ludin? Hopefully the boy goes back to Arborang on his own, and I can take out some frustrations on Dredge or something. Yeah, it sounds fun. Starting to sound like Hakon. You don't like the life of a diplomat. Haha. You don't miss the fight, Ubin? You down your mead instead of replying. Wagner slouches and shakes his head. There's no great joy in killing Dredge, but this. Pretty sure this nonsense in some scheme between the two kings is to force some kind of lineage. What? But pretty sure this nonsense is some scheme between the two kings to form some kind of lineage. Used to be warriors would follow you for what you've done. Isn't that why they follow you now? Is it? Or is it because I'm the next in line? These lines are getting muddy, old Vrall. Always been muddy, Wagner. Wagner stares into the campfire, lost in thought. You leave him to it. Let me know if you don't want me to read through the chat, or rather the text. I think it makes the stuff better to actually have the context. You rise groggily. The campsite a casualty of merriment. Moger, I have no idea how to say that, is already kicking wires awake when you spot Ludin stalking your direction. He sidesteps sleeping bodies. You better wake up. You nudge Wagner. You're needed. Zuden. It's always a pleasure. You look well rested. Wagner releases a cage on and receives a hard-eyed stare in return. How long to Grafheim? Ha, we're only 2 days out of Strand, you know. Come on, I'll show you on the map. Ooh, I forgot the map. What the map looks like. Been a little while. There we go. This is the map of the world. You can explore it by dragging the mouse pan and using the mouse wheel. Ooh. There's a lot. Grafheim's all the way up here. Look at that. We're here. Look at all this. Look at this. Arborang. We'll probably go there eventually, right? Stormland. Swartborg. Langloom Forest. That's us. We're going up here, it looks like. So many little landmarks, and you can click on each of them. You got a little description. So much love has been put into this game. It's awesome. When you're finished researching, click the button. Which one? I don't see it. This one? The X, of course. Why wouldn't it be the X? We head north, then east, past the forts. Grafheim's far from Strand. Going to be a long march. You should have a drink last night, Luden. Why not take the ships to... Bleh. What's the point of marching? I can't say that. I guess Skymershed. The Silverstone Bay is called that for a reason. It stays covered in ice all year. It would tear up the longships. Too bad, though. We could have shown up all your wonders of, we could have shown you all the wonders of that place. A half-sunken city crawling with dredge and glaciers. You like glaciers? Luden sails through the nose, a poor disguise for his content. He turns and bats aside the tent, flapping as he goes, barking at his company in the distance. Don't poke the anthill, Wagner. He seems no happier to be here than you. Spend a few more days with the Boyd, old friend. You'll be looking for a tall cliff to hop off to. Luden's got a shorter wick than Hakon. Thanks, Wagner. Let's keep moving. Another half day to Venfell, if we're lucky. What a strange game with strange names. Camp is where you manage your caravan. During travel, you can enter camp at any point by tapping camp button. Yes, to get your morale back at the cost of supplies. I know this. While at camp or in towns, you can upgrade your allies or equip items in the hero's tent. I don't think I have anything like that, right? Yeah, morale. Morale's really good. Only rest when necessary. So like right before battle, if you think you're going into battle, things like that, then it makes sense. Yeah, we don't need training tents. Click the hero's tents, because we can upgrade people, and I think I will. Injuries. Just takes time for them to heal up, and I'm sorry, old friend here. -5 strength. Wow, that's a significant penalty. What's this one? Impale and knock them back. Yes, I remember that. Bleed if they move on their next turn. That's a really good one. I remember that being really, really nice. Gotta get him some kills. Did we not take Eric? We're all level 1, it looks like. Okay. Let's see. I guess we leave then, huh? There's no point for me to stick around. Might as well move on and start fighting some people.
Wedurfell. Even the name means bad weather, where frozen wind sweeps in from the bay. They tend livestock, but most are just men driven from Strand with nowhere else to go. Why else would anyone stay? We won't stop long.
Looks like we're almost at this new location. It's just showing us all the pretty artwork. All the yaks and stuff. By Hatterborg. That's a lot of raw for some missing cattle. What? A couple days back sent word to Strand about cow. Didn't expect an army. He looks pleased with himself until Singh said that you weren't here on his behalf. Where have your cattle gone? Wouldn't know. My boy's seen men up the hills carrying them away. Do you know how many men who can hoist a whole cow by himself? Gaul out there perhaps could have been Brawl working for them. Not from what the governor told me. I'm taking a look around just and get the camp set up. The peasant spits, his eyes anxiously darting around as the caravan sets up tents. We'll be here no more than a day. There's silver for any food you've got. For hundreds for all? Are you serious? Whatever you're willing to sell. You're thinking of squatting? Not enough room for a couple hunters here. Forgot hundreds of... Shut up, hear that? Where's Luton? It's faint, sounds like fighting. And something else. Hakon takes off at a run. Can I use your phone? Alright, so it looks like I gotta fight some dudes here with just this guy over here. Where are the others? I don't see them. Alright, clicking on path will automatically make a path. You can also set waypoints. Click once to make a waypoint. Oh, I did not know this. Now select the next waypoint. Confirm the move. Oh, and this goes diagonally, doesn't this? Yeah, spearmen can attack diagonally. And up to 2 tiles away. Ooh, since he's got a lot of armor, it can't do anything to him, huh? Attack his strength? You want me to?
Yeah.
From here on out, you will fail catastrophically if you don't break armor. What does that mean? Oh god. Luden, no! Luden! Why? Alright, so I guess I gotta fight some of these dudes now. So, probably want to do some armor damage, I think, right? Sundering impact. What does that do again? Added strength and armor damage to target and adjacent enemies. I guess I'll try it out because I don't know what it does. Just gonna wears him down a little bit, I guess, huh? Have this guy go here. Start wearing down the big dude. Okay. That was not good for him. Down here and kill this dude, isn't he? That's silly of me. Really, really silly of me. Aragon, what are we gonna do here, buddy? Ouch. We need to start doing some armor damage, or some damage now. Maybe I do one more of these. I'll weaken them all a little bit. That's my hope, at least. Let's start doing some damage to big guy here. He's got too much attack for my liking. So he's got 9. He's got 9. He's out of this stuff, huh? Let's bring him here. Come on, hack on. You gotta do some damage here. Alright, the shield banger's gonna get in there and do some damage. Yeah, he can't get the hack on right now. Should I kill the big one? Let's kill the big one. I don't want the big one. But whenever an enemy falls in battle, one willpower is added to this horn. Oh, I forgot about that. That's an interesting little thing. Let's go with the other target, this one. He can do 9. Hack on, run away, bud. I think they got just as much movement, so I can't get away from them, can I? Unless I use like the willpower that I just got to run. I could give them that though. Let's see if I can run away. Like a good old soldier, we're gonna run. And that way only one soldier goes down. Let's see, what's this guy doing? Let's go after the one with slightly more. This guy is down. I do like this unit because it has armor. There, we got him. So there are some advantages to taking them out early, but yeah, not a whole lot. Stop getting injured, my dude. Trying to get yourself killed? Never seen a dredge before, boy? What kind of idiot? Break their armor first. Where did they come from? We didn't even see them. They were just there. Hakon goes to where Wagner lies face down. The future Varl lies motionless, aside from a spreading pool of blood. Wagner's dead. No. Well, my timer just went, so I'm just gonna go over to OBS and yeah. For those of you on Twitch, don't go anywhere. Don't worry. I'm gonna keep streaming for a couple hours here. But yeah, for those of you on YouTube, if you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to leave a like and to subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed the episode. I also got things like links to my social media down in the description below. I'll see you around for the next one.